For all of you that are looking for some suggestions for wines to bring to the Thanksgiving dinner table, we've got some suggestions for you today. We're going to try a couple of a couple whites and then a couple reds. And then as a little teaser, next week, what are we going to do?
Oh, we had to pair something with traditional pies that you have at Thanksgiving time.
So we've got a couple wines already picked out for that episode. That's going to be really great. All right, well, we're going to try our 2 whites first, and then we'll go to the 2 reds. And we're going to start with Chateau Lafayette Renault's 2014 Dry Riesling. And dry Riesling, for those that like semi-dry and sweet, try the dry Riesling this time, because the dry Riesling, we think, will go better with turkey. Thanksgiving is such a difficult holiday to pair wines with. It's got to be the most challenging because no 2 tables are the same and no 2 bites of food are the same. So it just changes constantly.
Peachy right off the bat. And you get some citrus in there too.
I have a light grass, a little bit of hay or straw, limestone.
I'm waiting for you to try it. So I definitely get the minerality in there too. It's actually very delightful.
Yeah.
It's light-bodied, but you get the acidity in there too. You get the fruity component as well.
A little crispness that teases your tongue on the top and the sides.
It's actually a pretty well-rounded dry Riesling. Price point, it's $14.99, and that's definitely well within most people's budgets.
Yeah, I think a good value for it.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to change bottles and switch to our next wine.
All right, here's our second wine. This is Ravine's 2013 Chardonnay.
Yeah, we've always been big fans of Ravines. So these wines, we're just tasting them for the first time. So outside of maybe trying them maybe once when we visit Ravines.
Seneca Lake, and then also they have a tasting room on Cuca.
Yeah.
So you get some citrus in there, but there's something else.
Some vanilla notes.
Leather.
Yeah, wow, good nose. She's on today. So leather, I have a little vanilla.
Yeah.
There's this oak, and this was actually placed on French oak for a little bit, which is impressive. So let's give this a try. Very smooth, almost buttery. Now there's a little tingle and acidity that's covering the palate. This will go great with any bird, and I think whether turkey, I think would be fantastic, especially when it's basted in the butter. Now this was a little bit higher in price point.
Yeah, it was $19.95, which still is quite affordable, especially if you're putting several bottles on the table. If you can keep it under $20, it's actually a really good budget.
Hey, you can't take it with you, so you might as well enjoy it for the holidays and have a good time with your family. All right, so there's 2, and we've got 2 more to go, so we're going to move along. Let's get on with it.
All right, number 3, we have Dr. Constantine Frank's 2012 Old Vines Pinot Noir.
Just having this bottle on the table is certainly going to impress your guests. So, wow, and the old vines, these have been, when were these planted? Like
1959 is what the website said. It's the oldest Pinot grape vines that they have for Dr. Constantine Frank.
And Pinot Noir is a classic wine served during the Thanksgiving holidays, so you're not going to go wrong here.
So we haven't had a whole lot of Pinots in the Finger Lakes, but wow, I mean, this nose is just like, it just draws you right into the glass. You're just like, I want more of this. So I definitely get strawberry with this. I get the oak for sure, but I don't know, like cherries or some type of dark red fruit.
Dark red cherry.
It's just so incredibly inviting. It's just like, oh, try me, try me. Pinot Noir, nothing compares. The
wine just has a sultry feel to it in your mouth, and it's just very, very elegant. Pinot Noir done well is probably some of the nicest wine that you'll ever drink. And you know, it's difficult to grow Pinot Noir, and climate and terroir really plays a part in growing these grapes correctly. And then of course you have to have a fantastic winemaker, and with Dr. Constantine Frank in this glass you have both.
I almost get some licorice, some black and red licorice with this. What do you get with it?
Well, I'm getting the cherry again. I'm getting a little bit of that. You mentioned a little bit of fruit, but there's still a little bit of that barnyard component to it, where you can taste the floor of the barn, which is, I love that. You know, that really is just so cool, because you really can just almost taste the roots of the vine, and that just, to me, that's what's so appealing about Pinot Noir.
So you always say barnyard. I think earthen.
Yeah, earthen.
Earthen, like earth. Barnyard invokes other things.
I know, but that's just the way I always think of Pinot Noir. So, anyhow, this was, what was this, 1999? 1999, so similar to the Chardonnay, and maybe those two would pair really good on the table together, because they're both, you know, of the same kind of terroir, at least the same kind of, you know, area that they're grown in originally. So, all right, well, we have one more wine to try. This might be the dark horse. We'll see. Okay. All right, for our last wine, we're going out and we're picking a wine that should go great with turkey. This was a tough find, because Zinfandel is not grown in the Finger Lakes by too many winemakers, but Long Point Vineyards on the east side of Cayuga Lake, they make some really interesting wines. They make Shiraz, Petit Syrah, and this Zinfandel. This is their 2012, and man, I just couldn't resist. We just had to give this a try. The Zinfandel is a kind of a difficult wine, because the clusters from which the grapes come from can be kind of temperamental. I mean, pick a cluster off of a vine, some of the grapes might not be ripe at all, some of the grapes might be perfect, and other grapes might be almost like raisiny. So it can be a little difficult, I would imagine, for the winemaker. These guys are jammy looking, you know, deep dark. You know, this is a full-bodied wine, usually 13, 14, and for some of those really 15% alcohol for some of those California Zins.
Although this is 13.6.
Wow.
You know what this smells like?
This is dark chocolate right off the bat.
Yeah, you definitely get that, but I get a liqueur, like black currant liqueur, coming through on this.
I get a little cigar, but the chocolate is overwhelming to me.
I just keep getting that black currant liqueur. It smells great, very jammy smelling.
Yeah.
What a great effort.
Yeah.
Very fruity right initially, and then it's a little peppery.
A little pepper. Imagine like your turkey with some pepper ground on it a little bit, some of the squash next to it. I don't know about you folks, take pictures of Thanksgiving dinner before you eat. I mean, that's just something that our family always did, and to have you know, a wine like this with the meal would be fantastic.
We have a visitor.
We have a visitor coming over who's been very good. So.
Which kind of brings us to our next point, and I will say that this bottle is, what was it, $16.99?
$16.99. Yep.
And things to be thankful for, certainly another great successful year, and our partnership with syracuse.com.
Yep.
And certainly
and our little boys.
We have two dogs.
The other guy's snoring.
This one and the other one. We're thankful for that as well.
Yes. So, Long Point Winery, or Vineyards, sorry, Long Point Vineyards, and this was
$16.99.
$16.99.
Wines too.
All four of the wines that we chose, you know, to review today are going to be, you know, good picks for your Thanksgiving dinner. I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. And the fact that they all come from the Finger Lakes, that really speaks volumes for the winemakers here. Okay, well, check back with us next week, because we're going to do some of these dessert wines now, and they're going to be equally good. I just know it. It'll be really exciting to try those. All right, well, thanks for joining us.
I'm Leah.
And I'm David. Have a happy Thanksgiving.